And the plot does not have any adjacency, so it would be worth 1 point. Alright, welcome everyone. We're on bonus game 3 of the 2018 Asteroid Belt tournament. We are on Io, and we have MightySquirrel, Ryak, El Capitan, and Rui. I am Trat, and casting with me is Lahi.
Hello.
What do you think about this map?
Hey, I see a power colony, and Io and power always go together, so power will be important. And let's see, all still uses, which also points that power is going to be big this game. So a player who dominates power in the early game can get solid lead if they are the only person in power. Founding-wise, elite from El Capitan on lots of combo tiles. Expensive from Rui on the other kind of combo tiles. However, I'd like to see players get into Basalt because look at this map. There's not much silicon, and Basalt silicon is really good.
Yeah, agreed.
Third found from Ryak. I like Ryak's found most.
I liked Ryak's too.
So
I think I would have placed it below, so I'm closer to the aluminum. Because aluminum was the starting price, the double starting price. Everything else was normal.
Under the hill, there is
under
a tile between the ice and basalt. If you found it there, you can use the aluminum. You can use ice and basalt, which will be strong in the long run.
Where MightySquirrel also has an expansive. So it looks like only Ryak found a near basalt. This is pretty unusual.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it means he will have like a monopoly probably. No, wait, not on uranium, because there were combo tiles somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, El Capitan has a combo tile, so there's no uranium monopoly. But it will have like a nice spread, then nobody else will.
When I go basalt, I like to stockpile the trickle amount of silicon from basalt, and it will be enough to sustain production in the late game.
Yeah, agreed. And there is one advantage to basalt that is not very obvious, unless you're a veteran IO player. There's an event on IO that happens quite often. It's called Tremors, I think, that reduces the output on mines and quarries by 50%. That really hurts when you have
landslides.
Oh, it's yeah, you're right. It's landslide.
Reduces this production buildings.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, basalt platforms are unaffected, so landslide is a good reason to go basalt over mines on IO.
Ryak is building ion collector. I would like to see double nuclear plant at this point as soon as possible.
Me too.
Because look at this increasing rate of power. Like Rui has gone into ion collectors, power hungry building. MightySquirrel is in steel mill, power hungry building, and El Capitan is in power, but not enough power. Oh, now going to double power.
Yeah, I like his.
El Capitan has that.
Yeah, exactly. Fun with that, and I don't like his placement of the second nuclear plant either. Because if he gets power surge, then all his buildings get shut down except for the good one. If you place the nuclear plant on any other free tiles, you will get the same adjacency, but you will be much safer against black market. And milling nuclear plants is like being a magnet to black market. People will go, yeah, you see? So, point proven.
He has gone into triple nuclear plant, paying down debt at a very fast speed.
That's very nice.
Decided not to go into nuclear plant. Instead, went into geothermal plant, which is also a nice choice. However, it will not make power money soon, and it will be slow to build.
Yeah.
So it will be good in the long run, but in the short term, I think Ryak is losing out on power money opportunity.
Agreed. But Rui will get power money here. Unless maybe it's power surge right now. And he's also kind of vulnerable to power surge, by the way. You can lay out your base in a way that you're way more protected in this. But yeah, there we go. He pays down all his debt. He's now making power money. This is a really solid income because nothing else really makes money. Like oxygen and fuel makes okay. Electronics, I mean, you don't really want to be in electronics.
Slowdown strike is a solid choice. In this triangle, you don't know where the good is placed. It can bounce anywhere, so slowdown strike is a safe choice.
Yeah, I like that from ryak. What's ryak making money in? He's trying for some oxygen money and some fuel money. Yeah, it should see him to HQ3. I might like a pleasure dome here from El Capitan.
Yeah. Actually, everyone can benefit a lot from this pleasure dome until Elite Fund builds one.
Yeah. The only issue with it is that it uses 40 electronics, and electronics are expensive. But if you can get it down, preferably under Goon, then you can just buy all this cheap steel that everyone else is selling down.
Ryak is getting into triple solar condenser. I think this is premature. Double should be enough for now because there's not much oxygen consumption throughout the game. So going triple will crash the market fast. And other thing is oxygen doesn't really produce much. It produces 0.5 per building without adjacency, and it turns off at night. So they're very slow.
Yeah, I agree with that. He is making a lot from his ion collectors though. I think that's on the other people. Like, other people should be in fuel more. I see 2 single ion collectors.
Rui is consuming 3.4 fuel, and El Capitan doesn't have adjacency going for fuel. And MightySquirrel's fuel is frozen, hit by ryak. Nice black market. However, this surplus is going to hurt ryak's plan into fuel monopoly.
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah, this is a random thing. There was no way to predict this.
What do you think about this nuclear engine auction? I don't like it because on IO, fuel is easy to produce.
Yeah.
You can just make more fuel.
Yeah, nuclear engine was not worth 32k for sure. It probably wasn't even worth 10k. Compared to Mars, like, each building here generates 1.2 fuel. I think it's 1.0 on Mars. So you just get more fuel in general, and everybody has fuel since it's an input for the water processors. It's usually fine to ship with fuel on IO. Ryak, first to HQ4.
Mm-hmm.
What would you go into here? I'm not even sure. One more steel mill for sure.
Maybe.
You need 3 steel mills.
Chem refinery is premature. I might think about going into patent lab because it solidifies their lead. And maybe go for double water, double farm.
He listens to you, apparently. He builds a patent lab. I like that. I might have gone for farm and an optimization center. Oh, wait, no. Not. Wait, this is the tremors we're talking about. So it's minus 25%. Well, this is the one we're talking about. But this is one of the events on IO that's very annoying. So you get a lot less efficiency on all the important production buildings.
Yeah.
And yeah, with power is kind of rising again. I guess Rui is transitioning a lot. So even though he's made quite a bit of money, he made power money, he made some nice money in water, he does spend that money just removing buildings and replacing them. So he's kind of stuck on HQ3 still.
And also Rui's 6 water processor is going to devour fuel at amazing 6.0 per second.
Yeah.
Which is going to fuel money.
Oh.
Ryak and MightySquirrel.
MightySquirrel kind of does me a favor there by power charging some. Yeah, this is way too much water. Water usually crashes really quickly on IO. Oh, MightySquirrel is also in water. And nobody's in a pleasure dome yet. I think ryak should have done a pleasure dome, by the way. I changed my mind. Pleasure dome would have been my market of choice.
Ryak can use some more power with double nuclear plant on where glass are.
Yeah, agreed. And I don't like the timing of liquid batteries. He gets it just as dawn arrives. So he might as well have waited. Like, it's completely useless at this time. It will only come into play when nightfall comes. Which is in a long time.
Next pattern is virtual reality. I think Ryak is listening to you, planning to get into entertainment market soon.
Yeah, he kind of forgot an important detail though. He didn't ever actually build a pleasure dome. I'm not sure where he would build it. He doesn't have a free goon. The only goon he has is under the patent lab, which he needs. I might build 2. Is that a thing? So if one gets hit, you still make money. I don't know. Anyway, Ryak has a pretty clear lead here, I think. 60k more than MightySquirrel, who's the other person on HQ4. MightySquirrel also goes into a patent lab, but it seems undecided on which one to get. I like nanotechnology.
Yeah.
But MightySquirrel chooses superconductor. It's also a very solid choice, especially on a power colony.
I think this patent notification will remind Ryak that Ryak doesn't have a pleasure dome yet.
I hope so. He did just upgrade, so we can even get one with the habitat if he wants.
Yeah.
But no, he places it base adjacent. I like this too. One habitat is not enough. Oh, interesting auction.
It's a great hacker array spot.
Yeah, this is wow. So this isn't intended as a colony auction. Colony auctions are pretty common. Oh, is it? Maybe it is. I don't actually know. I shouldn't finish that thought, because I don't know if it's true. But yeah, it will be a very nice hacker array spot. And even if you don't want to hack, you can just buy it and place an optimization center. So El Capitan is the elite here, so he should really be the one doing what Ryak is doing. Doing a pleasure dome. Getting some patents. Instead, he is...
El Capitan's pleasure dome will earn 432.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Ryak's pleasure dome is finished.
El Capitan did end up going remote basalt, so he does have the silicon income he needs to upgrade.
Now, water is rising really fast. That is because Rui's transition is kind of aggressive in terms of getting overcommitting into one market and getting out of it and getting into other market that consumes the resource you have been producing before.
Yeah.
This is unsustainable and will cost a lot of transition money. So it would have been better if Rui went into little bits of something rather than overcommitting every tile into one production. Like, we just went into farm and now it's water processor now.
Yeah, and every time he does this, he pays steel and carbon for those, or steel and glass for farms. I think he's still on HQ3, even though he made the most money coming out of the early game. Yeah, he definitely needs to calm down with the transitions. Maybe if he really likes this style of play, he should get the nanotechnology patent. That means he gets refunds when he scraps buildings. Ryak's pleasure dome is up. Even without any habitat adjacency, it's $450. It's a very solid tile.
Wow.
And this is kind of what El Capitan is missing out on. He could have had this 2 HQs ago. Ryak going into... Wow, he really likes oxygen production. He has 3 optimizations in oxygen queued up. I don't like that as much. I like optimizing end products, not inputs. So probably food here is my optimization of choice. And probably chems soon, because you can see a lot of advanced buildings have been placed. 2 optimization centers from him, 1 from El Capitan, 2 patent labs. They all need chems to run, so it will probably rise soon. There's also some consumption from the colony. And wow, what happened to iron? Why is it $100?
Let's see, consumption neutral minus neutral. So Rui is consuming iron.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, he never chose to go into basalt. Considering the price of silicon, basalt would still be really good even now. Like for Ryak, his basalt platforms are his best tiles other than the pleasure dome. I really recommend going basalt. Oh, since we're on the topic of events before, this is one fun one. So for 90 seconds, you can't really build new buildings because they take way too long to build. This is really unfortunate for Rui, who upgraded just before it hit. So he plays down 3 remote basalt platforms, but they will not finish until this event is over.
One annoying thing about this event is that it's really difficult to notice its warning sign. So like in Dust Storm on Mars, you see the wind sound before it starts, like 60 seconds before.
Mm-hmm.
However, for this event, its sound is either too subtle or non-existent, so I don't think I have ever noticed this event coming.
Yeah.
You need to look at the flash card on bottom right.
And it's hurt a lot. Not to... Oh! El Capitan doesn't have auto supply. Look at El Capitan's farms.
Wow.
So I think El Capitan needs to go into his settings and enable auto supply by default. Because if he just bought water to supply these farms, he will be making $800 more per second. He's losing out on a lot from a really silly setting in the options. I like his choice though, optimizing and going so heavily into food. But wait, who started this? Rui started buying into El Capitan. I don't think Rui was really in a position to do that. He's not earning enough money. I think ryak should have been the aggressor. He has a lot of money, he has secured himself, he has his advanced buildings. He's looking for a buy. And this kind of makes it awkward for ryak. Because the target he wanted now has his stock already bought up. I guess I buy Rui as ryak in this situation.
That can work.
Because if Rui then stays in El Capitan, he will get that stock for free when he finishes the buy on Rui. But yeah, it made it slightly awkward. We'll see what happens. Ryak.
I think ryak has does ryak have nanotechnology?
Yeah.
I
think so. Oh no, MightySquirrel got that one. Okay.
In any case, I think ryak should scrap those double steel wheel and get into double more chemical refinery.
Somebody really needs to hit the farms with a power surge, by the way. El Capitan currently making $2,400, $2,400, whatever, per second just on these farms. And they're all clumped together. There we go. Rui saw that too. So if you should make a habit on looking around your opponent's bases with the X key. And if you see something silly like that, you need to hit the black market. El Capitan made like 150k the last minute. And he's now a threat to someone. I guess to MightySquirrel. So we have a strange stock situation here. I think ryak is the one benefiting from this. Because if he buys Rui, he gets Rui stock in El Capitan, who has stock in MightySquirrel. So it's like some kind of train situation, and ryak is in the lead. And yeah, ryak should get to the buy first. I think he has the most money right now, at least.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
El Capitan just took that tick. Now El Capitan is in deeper state.
Yeah, that's an issue. I actually like El Capitan's choice of markets, though. Glass is by far the best one right now. He identifies that, he optimizes it. I would like to see more than 2 kills. But he's done a solid choice in choosing markets.
Yeah. And nice optimizations going.
I think ryak's choice of going into oxygen mostly just helps other people. People like when they don't have to collect oxygen because it's annoying to help collect oxygen. I think if he had followed the footsteps of El Capitan, he would have had a buy right about now. Actually, he has to buy right now, so that works out. If he cancels some optimizations, I guess he's not in a hurry.
It looks like everyone is in heavy amount of oxygen. Like Rui is in 4 tile oxygen. El Capitan 4 tiles. And Squirrel is also in 4 tiles in oxygen.
Yeah. So I guess auto selling is correct here. It doesn't feel great though.
Yeah.
So Rui buys into ryak a bit before he gets bought out. But ryak doesn't care because as soon as he finishes the buy, he gets the ownership of that stock. And yeah, he's now in a very strong position. His next target will be cheap to buy to because of the debt situation. The Captain has 263k in debt. And oh, his farms are dead and there's just another sulfur frost. Did you notice this one?
No.
Yeah, it's tricky. I think you need to keep your eyes up here for a warning instead of relying on sounds or graphics. MightySquirrel went into a space elevator at this point. Is there some solid money there if you launch oxygen?
Yeah.
But there's also solid money on world.
Yeah, electronics, glass.
Yeah.
They would make a good amount of money.
Definitely. Let's see. Can we compare the profits? Once he queues up a launch, there we go. So oxygen launches make $800 a second. Compare that to ryak's electronic tiles, which is $300 a second. So his one good claim is worth 3 of ryak's claims. But MightySquirrel paid a lot for its space elevator. It's very vulnerable to black market. There's no holograms either, so everybody sees this. It makes him an appetizing target in the stock market. But it has drawbacks, even though it is on its own a strong, profitable type. And yeah, ryak finished the buy on El Capitan. He gets the stock that El Capitan owned in MightySquirrel. And at this point the game is over. He has 400k in himself, he can just sell out, finish the buy. And yeah, it's a well-deserved victory from ryak, I think. Not quite as dominant as the last game. He did... we didn't really agree with his opening, but his mid and late game was really solid.
Yeah.
And he throws glasskins that aren't profitable. I wonder if people are holding the X key when they choose targets. They really should. Like, X key reveals that here would be a stronger starting point. Or just here, I don't know. Anyway, ryak takes it, this has out of 1 stock. And it's a 4th win for the alpacas today. They must be feeling good about this.
Congratulations to Team Alpacas.
Yes! Alpacas! Alright, GG. We can check some graphs too. So ryak made 213k off the Pleasure Dome. That's a very solid one. He sold the most. Yeah. He just uses claims more efficiently in mid-game. What it comes down to. With the help of patterns and optimizations. Wow, I can't believe the electronics price at the end. Right, do you have
wasn't even a colony consumption.
Oh. Huh. That's curious. I guess people just built a lot of advanced buildings.
No, there's only 1 elevator.
Alright, then I guess there's a lot of passive demand on IO in general. Yeah, it's pretty peculiar. Yeah, I think that's the main issue. Nobody produced it until ryak started. I wonder what they made of that. Of course, the later you wait to produce something, the more you get, but you also risk someone else getting there before you. Wow, we actually made 214k. Very solid. Alright. Well played, ryak. I think Rui, if he watches this, should really think about his habits of scrapping buildings.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest piece of feedback I can think of. You can look at the black market too. I think ryak should have been targeted a bit more. He got hit by MightySquirrel twice. Once with a power surge, once with a slowdown strike. and Rui once with a power surge. Yeah. So nobody really identified who the threat was here. If they did and they hit ryak some more with power surge and slow down strike, they would have had a chance to come up from behind. It's usually what you want to do when there's a clear leader in the game. Alright. I guess that's it for this week. We finished the games. We can go over the results too. But this week...
Continue.
Yeah, this week we have 5 wins for the alpacas, 1 win for the bull market belters, 2 wins for the cosmic circus, and 4 wins for the disco donkeys. So alpacas win another week. That means they will not get, or I guess actually we won't get any seeds next week either. The disco donkeys will get 1 seed, the cosmic circus 2 seeds, and the bull market belters 3 seeds. And if we check the total score, we have the alpacas with 20.75, the bull market belters with 1, the cosmic circus with 9, and the disco donkeys with 11. So we also seem to have the best adjacency tiles going. And yeah, great week for us. So tune in next week if this was fun. There are 2 more weeks of the tournament, so we're halfway done. Actually, there might be bonus games on Wednesday too, I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you, Laia, for casting with me. Thank you, Hexabus, for casting me earlier. And see you
Next time.
next time. Bye.